Hi everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. I have a special guest with me, Justin Hartzman, the CEO of crypto exchange CoinSmart. Justin, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Hopefully I can be useful and share some good information for all the crypto lovers and enthusiasts and new to the market people out there.
Awesome. And, you know, I was looking around CoinSmart's website, and it looks like you have some really cool features, and, you know, we'll go into a bit of that, but I would love for you to give us an overview, the history of CoinSmart and the services that you offer.
Absolutely. I think that's an important place to start. What we saw missing in the market, not only here in Canada, but everywhere, was what we became our mission. And our mission is three simple words, is making cryptocurrency accessible. That's it, making cryptocurrency accessible. We want it whether you are someone looking to get into the market or you're someone who trades regularly on every day. We want to make it better tools, easier, more secure, faster, and just everything that you wish for. And the biggest sore spot that we found was, simple, and we stand for this. Everything that we do, everything that we think about is all user focused. What is best for our user to give them the ultimate experience? And that starts with our customer service experience that I have on our side. So you can call us, you can live chat with us. We have a smart guarantee on our platform where the same day in which we receive your deposit will be in your account. Same day withdrawal, we get your withdrawal, it comes out of our account into yours. And if not, we waive the fees. We have instant verification. So the idea is if you're someone new to the market or you're trading somewhere else, but you really aren't happy with them or they're closed down, which has happened in Canada a lot over the last little bit, and I can talk to that in a minute, you can actually register, verify who you are, send money, and trade in under 7 minutes. And that's really a huge impressive piece that's happening here. No one wants to wait. No one hates these complicated processes. We use technology to make it a lot simpler for people. And the last thing, I know I'm long-winded here, but is the education piece of it. So whether you have some knowledge, no knowledge, or a lot of knowledge, we have this section called Get Smart. And in the Get Smart section, it's essentially our blog, but we have how-to guides, videos, articles. They're written for 3 levels of learning: smart, savvy, and genius. So if you know nothing, you can start at smart and level your way up. They're the same article, but with terms defined in it or a shorter version to just get a tidbit. And if you want to go and read what is a hash rate under certain circumstances, you can read the genius level version of that. And we help you level up from knowing nothing to knowing a lot in the industry. And education is a big piece of what we focus on.
That's awesome to hear. I think, just going back, I've been in the market since late 2016, and I've seen the evolution. So it's great to see that you guys are taking that customer-centric approach where making it easy for folks to just get on the site, do their thing, invest, rather than, jumping through a whole bunch of hoops and have to go over a whole bunch of hurdles. So that's awesome to hear. And obviously,
well, to that point, sorry to interrupt, but the only way that people like yourself who've been in it for a while now, and people who've been hodling coins, because obviously you're not, today's a buy and sell market. It's not, or you can buy to now start holding. But if you were holding from any time previously, there's not, you don't want to get. What I'm trying to say this is it's really tough to sit in that market and watch it happen. So we want to make it available that active traders can come in here and trade it in the volatile market when there isn't this place of hodling coins. So we want to make sure there's activity for everybody out there. And the point of all this was we want to get the masses to the market, because if you are a hodler or you are an enthusiast, we need more people to come to the market. That's what's going to drive pricing and drive demand. So if we're not there to provide an easy way for them to onboard, we're in trouble. We're not really doing what we need to be doing by getting them to the market and making it easy. And the biggest word that we use around here is a place that they can go for a trusted, that's the word, trusted asset class to add to their portfolio. That's what we're trying to do.
Got it. Well, that's awesome. And I was looking around the site, and I was looking at all the features that you guys have. A lot of really great stuff. One I'm very curious about is Smart Trade. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things when we were doing our initial customer surveying, or client surveying, I should say, of the market, we talked to thousands of people, not only in Canada but worldwide, is they didn't understand or still don't understand that if you want to trade or buy a coin that's out of the top market cap, so it's not Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin, you actually have to own one of those to buy another one. So pairing of those coins or tethering of those trades. So what we said is, well, why don't we make it easy? You can go from any coin or fiat to any other coin that we offer on our platform. We do all the transactions in the background for you, so it's one click and done. We make it one fee, and it's easy for everyone to do that. So it's really good for helping people get into this market, buying coins that aren't the big ones that they might have heard about but don't know. Like, it's really annoying to have to go and say, oh, I wanted to buy Neo, but I don't know what Neo's paired with, and I don't own Ethereum, so I can take my Bitcoins, buy Ethereum, then Ethereum to buy Neo. Like, it's just an annoying process. So we can do it in a couple clicks. That's what's making it easier for everybody.
That's awesome. I think that's a feature more exchanges should have. So kudos to you guys for doing that.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't mention fiat pairing. What fiat pairs do you currently provide?
So we are Canadian only right at this minute. We are expanding to 2 other locations shortly. We'll be announcing that in Q2 this year, so that's pretty exciting. We're excited to see where that goes. But because we're in Canada, we only offer Canadian pairing right now, Canadian to any coin. So it doesn't matter if it was a US pair. We do that conversion for you from Canadian to USD in the background. Any FX fees that happen there are all built into the fee that goes on, and we get it done for you. So we make it super simple. Got it.
Now, you may not be able to say any hint you can give us of the new markets you're headed to at all. It's okay if you can't.
I can't really just yet, but I can tell you one of them. I won't say the second one, but we're heading into a European market. One of the largest markets in Europe is where we're going to be going next.
Awesome, awesome. Big moves happening. So definitely would love to have you back, as things progress on your end with moving into different markets. So obviously reviewing your exchange, I saw that you had the major cryptos, obviously your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your XRPs, and so forth. Any indication or a heads up you can give us of any new listings potentially coming this year?
Yeah, so we have 7 new coins coming on in the next 6 weeks. So that's we're excited about that. As mentioned, Neo is one, IOTA is another one, Cardano, possibly Zcash. The list goes on. So we have a nice list of them coming. Some I can't talk about just yet. We're under some NDAs on that side until they actually get listed. But more important to that is, just so people understand, our platform can offer any coin that exists out there. That's what we built it for. But we take it very seriously what we do offer right now, because as a semi-regulated party here in Canada, waiting on regulation, knowing that it's coming, we have to look at every coin that we offer and ensure that it's not a security, but it is a utility coin. And that's a very big reason on what we're doing. So we actually have a 180-page document that outlines what that looks like and how we judge if it is. So each of these coins take a while to go through that process, and we watch them and watch their development and how often, like just some pieces are, how often do they put out new code to their GitHub repository? What is their market cap that's going on? What is their team, what the team has done previously? And if they pass that muster of what we believe regulation will look like in the future, then we'll bring them onto our platform. So it's a slow process. We've done it. We spent the last 4 months doing it to get 7 new coins that we think are viable. We know are viable based on that, and we'll be adding them to the platform shortly. So we're excited by that as well, because to be frank with you, when you go back to Canadians, a lot of the coins that we're about to offer are coins that you can't buy in Canada without taking your money, like onboarding in Canada and then taking your money to an Asian exchange or to a US exchange and doing it there, then bringing the money back. So we're allowing you to do all that in one house, and that's exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I remember just the exchanges. I live obviously in the United States, and the exchanges that opened up outside, let's say, Coinbase, like Bittrex and so forth, where it had a plethora of more cryptos that I was able to invest in. So it's great that you're bringing that to the Canadian market. I think the folks in Canada will be certainly excited to hear that. They don't have to go to the Binances necessarily. They could just do go to CoinSmart.
That's right, and our advanced trade feature is awesome. We have our development team came from the regular trading world prior to this, then got into crypto, and we have some cool tools in there. It's the cleanest, crispest version that you can find out there. So I advise everyone in Canada, you can go check it out, take a look at it, and have the ability to do all the different things that you'd hope for in any other world. Like this is, I like to see people. Everyone's worried. Oh, you're worried about the price, and we'll talk about predictions later. This is ideal for someone who wants to trade right now. This is the market that you can do it. The volatility in here is what allowing people to make a lot of money. If you're someone who hopes that you buy a coin at 1,000 that's worth 20,000, it might not be that market for you right this minute. Right. But if you can go in there and have time to trade and learn some, fundamental analysis, there's lots of money being made. That's a big portion of what we do at our company. We run an OTC desk for larger deals, so working with large corporations, hedge funds, financial institutions to purchase coin and arbitrage opportunities, and also internal trading. That's a big piece for us.
Wow. That is very interesting. And you mentioned the OTC, and I think a lot of folks in the crypto community, they're hearing about the OTC desk and the purchases being made. Yeah. As much as you can, and it's okay if you can't give too many details, but would you be able to state, have you seen an increase in OTC activity purchasing, and maybe give us a bit of insight in how your process from OTC standpoint works?
Yeah, definitely has increased over time, because this is the price point that people feel confident in getting in, or the volatility is allowing people to buy large quantity in dark pool or off ledger and then sell it back out, which is giving, an arbitrage opportunity for them. So we're seeing a lot more. I think there's a long way to go, but because we're missing right now the major piece in this market, so this is a longer conversation, but just talking OTC specifically, if we want the big financial institutions to get in and start having this and holding it as part of their portfolio, they're not buying $1 million worth, they're not buying 10 million, they're buying $1 billion worth, because it doesn't move the needle otherwise. So until we have a custodial service for these larger institutions that they feel confident that can be regulated and insured, we're going to not see the market be where we want. That's not only on OTC, but that's also on the retail side, because once we see these larger companies coming in, and you have Manulife, or you have Trimark, or you have Fidelity, which is playing in a lot more than anyone else, when you see them going, okay, now we're holding a portfolio of X, Y, and Z, people have more trust in it and will have more people come to the market. So back to your question, yes, we see an increase in OTC. That being said, we see an increase in fraud in the OTC. Like not fraud per se, but a lot of people saying they have coin. They don't really, and trying, but we're way smarter than that. Like there's so many ways that we can verify and go through it, use proper lawyers to do it. So it catches pretty quickly. Maybe back a year ago, people were actually figuring out how to scam. I don't see that as much anymore, but we're also a lot more weary and we'll watch for and understand the red flags. So I think the biggest hurdle for us and other desks out there is real viable coin to buy. We have lots and lots of purchasers. We need really good sellers. So that's what we're looking for. For us, it's exciting. We're doing deals Bitcoin in 10,000 Bitcoin, not dollars, but actual Bitcoin, all the way up to 250,000 in actual Bitcoin, not dollars. So you're talking major deals. They take a while to happen. There's lawyers involved, and there's always spreads. So it's interesting. We'll see where it goes, but that's a big part of my day, and I love that piece of it. Where I come from is deal making. I did brokering of web assets for 15 years in the technology side. So when it comes down to this OTC, it's my baby, and I love it. Myself and another co-founder run that whole department.
Wow, that's very insightful. And like I said, I think a lot of my viewers and the people in the crypto market definitely want to learn more about the OTC process, as many of us are not what will be called whales who can buy over the counter. But
but here's the thing: you don't have to be a whale. You have to know someone who has a lot of coin, and then just email me jh@coinsmart.com. And you guys will get paid out for that referral fee, a significant amount. So you don't have to be in it. You don't have to know process. If you know people and you want to connect, I'm always there to talk. And we pay a nice referral fee on these big deals. That adds up to big, big money. So absolutely. Anyone knows someone and they feel confident, please pass them by me.
Awesome. That's a nice incentive. Quick question about the OTC. So when that deal gets brokered, is it a bulk rate, kind of a discounted rate below market rate, or on par to market rate?
Well, it differs. It depends how much coin, who's buying it, what the source of coin is, if it's virgin coin, if it's regular coin. There's a whole bunch of different ways to look at it. But the reality is we see deals go between a -3 or 4 to a +1 or 2. So it just depends where it is and who's buying it and what's going on. The average, I would say, is probably a -1 to a purchaser that they're buying it off of spot rate. And when they're buying it in bulk, what happens if you're buying, let's say you're buying 100,000 coin, it's a lot of coins, okay? Think about that at 3,500 US, talking over $350 million, okay? It gets broken down to tranches, which are smaller bits that are taken every single day. And at that point, we're looking at the daily. So there's a couple ways. You can look at the daily rate and take a discount, or what we can do is look at a 30-day moving rate, whatever the average rate of that day was, and set a certain target price to do it over 10 days or whatever it may be. So there's a bunch of ways of doing it. That's a whole other conversation. We can take a long time. But you can see the average is about -1 on a larger deal, a larger legitimate deal. You know, I'll caveat what I said before. Email if you know someone, but don't send me someone who's selling it at -10 because they don't really exist. You know, we get the, you can have it at -10. Well, I would love it at -10. I'll make millions and millions of dollars, but no one in their right mind who has that much coin is silly enough to sell it at -10. Let's put it out there and put it, you know?
Right. Wow, Justin, very insightful information. Thank you so much. And it's great to hear that CoinSmart offers the OTC trading desk and obviously the referral for that. So very cool. So obviously you mentioned the 70 plus cryptocurrencies being added. Obviously the plans to expand to other markets. Is there anything else on your roadmap that you wanted to share for 2019?
Well, we're adding credit card, which I think a lot of people have been calling for. It's really tough to do that here in Canada, even in the U.S., but some of the exchanges are doing it. So that's exciting. We're working on with some good partners to figure out the best solution for that. And more of just helping bring the market to fruition. Listen, it's a bad time right now. I don't want to sugarcoat this. Let's think about where prices right now. Canadian's 4,500. It's U.S. right. The second is 34.28 right this minute. It was at 20,000 a year ago, essentially, and now we're 18,000. That's bad. That's the first thing. So we see a major Canadian exchange yesterday just officially shut down, the largest exchange in Canada, Quadriga. Their founder died. I don't know what's going on there. Wow. He had only access to the cold storage. Now they can't get access to cold storage. They filed for bankruptcy. Listen, everyone goes, "Oh, are you happy about that, Justin? Your competitor, one of your big competitors, just walked away." And while that might be good for new customers coming from their platform, but they're really burned. They're out lots of money. Those people, we're talking upwards of $100 million of users' money, right? Yeah. It's not great for the market. That doesn't bring trust. That doesn't bring reliability. All those things that help bring more people to it. So we don't like seeing that. Yeah. Our projections on the retail side, different from OTC and wealth, but are way off where we expected they would be based on the pricing and mass market coming to it. So this is really a time where we all have to survive in this sort of Bitcoin winter or crypto winter to come out through the other side, because we're still really, really early, and that's what the crazy part is. I still believe this, and it's not just me saying it. If you look at the S curve of adoption, curves up. We're not even at the curve up yet. Right. We're going to see a lot of bumps before, and we've seen we're going to see a lot more bumps all the way up that curve. So where cannabis was in Canada 5 years ago is where crypto, I think, is today. So we have a long way to go. There's going to be consolidation that's coming to the market. So the bigger players are going to buy up the smaller players. We'll probably see U.S. players come and buy Canadian players. There's going to be companies going public and rolling into them. Yep. So it's going to be an exciting time, but no one knows what we have in store just yet. That's for sure.
Sure. Totally in agreement with you. So what's, for 2019, and obviously this is not financial or investment advice, but obviously we're in a very deep bear market. Do you see any type of recovery possibly this year? Maybe given, let's say in the US, a Bitcoin ETF gets approved, or, a certain law like the Token Taxonomy Act gets passed. What is your personal outlook?
I believe that we'll see Bitcoin higher than it is now. I won't make any predictions of how much higher that it will be. As I said, and I don't give any financial advice. I think
Sure.
this is a great market to make money if you know what you're doing, or at least go out and learn how to do it. This is still a market that is inefficient, and inefficient markets make buying and selling opportunities. So I would say to people, don't just look at prices on per day. Look at what price was today versus tomorrow versus one exchange versus another exchange versus where you can buy it from and where you can sell it from, and look for opportunities that do exist out there. We're not in the stock market world where we have high frequency trading that takes out all those inefficiencies within seconds. It takes hours sometimes.
Yep.
Like I'll give one piece of advice. It's not an investment advice, but there's always seems to be good opportunities when something goes wrong or something goes weird with Tether at one of the Tether exchanges.
Yeah.
So that, just look for those opportunities. You see Tether drop down to 96 cents. Well, there's going to be a buying and selling opportunity somewhere. You see Tether go to $1.04. You're like, well, there must be as well. And I don't know why it is correlated that way, but those exchanges that have Tether that relate to them offer different pricing based on their tethered exposures. So that would be one thing to look for if I had to put some sort of advice and signal out there.
Awesome. Really great info, Justin. And I think, for folks, if you would like to sign up for CoinSmart, I will be putting a link in the description. You can certainly click through and go check it out. A lot of great content on the site. And as Justin outlined, just a lot of great features and makes it very easy for you to trade. So, Justin, thank you so much for joining us today. And we'll love to have you back as things progress on your end.
Awesome. I appreciate having me. Thank you so much. And again, if anyone has any questions, I'm open to be talked to. Don't hide like some of the other people out there. It's JH, so like my initials, Justin Hartzman, JH at CoinSmart.com. Feel free to reach out to me, and I'm the one who answers those.
Awesome. Thank you, Justin.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.